Nervous system reset. We did a big job yesterday. I want to thank everybody who's been part of this webinar. And it's connecting you to a wisdom which has always been there for you. And that is the same intelligence, supreme intelligence, which has created who you are, who designed who you are, which is God, creation, source, supreme consciousness. And this same intelligence knows in advance how to read the day, how to read your actions, how to read and communicate with you. So, in this webinar, what we were doing yesterday was to find the parts of us that disconnected from this supreme intelligence. And this intelligence has been trying to communicate us with us, but we closed off because as a child, we didn't feel protected or safe. So yesterday last night we were working with a lot of, you know, mother wounds in the system, wounds from not being safe, wounds on not safe to communicate. And this is not just yours, this is your epigenetic system wounds, which it dissociates us from being present and trusting that inner wisdom. This is the same wisdom that, you'd ask a farmer and a farmer knows in advance is there a storm coming. I remember growing up, always we could tell the weather in advance. We didn't need an app. So it's the same intelligence which is guiding us. The same intelligence which will tell, the animals when there's an earthquake or tsunami coming. This is the wisdom which is there for all of us. It's nothing special. It's always been there, but we dissociate it. So it's how to reconnect to that part. And this is what we're doing within this webinar is to reconnect with that support system and that intelligence that is sometimes screaming at us and we're not listening. So this is deepening your connection with you, with your nervous system. And your nervous system knows already how to read the field. Your system knows already how the meeting's going to go. It knows in advance. So then it's what part of us it has dissociated from that intelligence. And this is what we're doing in this webinar, where we're bringing restoration to the part of you that always knew how it's going to play out. I often, when I'm in Kenya, in the park, in the national park, you can feel when it's safe and you can sleep well, but you also can feel when there's high alert. And this is a very tangible field that we disconnected from. So what part of us disconnected from this field? This is what's interesting for me. And this is what's interesting for reconnecting to feel safe again. So this webinar, I say, is about restoration of those aspects of you which were dissociated. Why were they dissociated? And it's not only your dissociation, it's the ancestral, but it's also the collective dissociation. So this is something that will support you in your life, but also in the future, because you know how to evolve with what's happening on this planet at the moment. There's a lot of changes within, for example, AI or artificial intelligence. And this is something we should also be aware of. And then how to operate in these new changes. So how not to lose our sense of self within these changes. So for me, this webinar is coming in at a time where we could go on a path of disconnecting more from self, from God. And this webinar is bringing you closer to God, closer to you, closer to self. And this is what I feel is very important at the moment to honor and to dive deeper and remember the most basic. Remember you're a divine being and you have that connection, and it's always been there. So to really build up that relationship with the divine intelligence within you and to bring that actively into your daily life and not to lose that daily interaction. If you're putting it into AI and ChatGPT and asking continuously, how's my day going or what I should do, you're disconnecting from this intelligence. So it's about reconnection to you, reconnection with that wisdom within you, the faith within you, the trust within you, not artificial intelligence. The inner you will know how to handle artificial intelligence. So it's going back into your coherent state and allowing your nervous system to land and to open up your full abilities about reading systems, your inner world, your health, your outer world, your relationships. So this webinar will support you to navigate being present and knowing how to be present and knowing how we grow from experience, and we use that experience to make us wiser and stronger and show up even more vitality. So I invite you, if you weren't there last night, the recordings are there from yesterday, and we're going to go deeper this evening. And it's an exciting time to remember and to remember how much we are supported and how much we have evolved, and we can bring that restoration into our lives and our daily lives. Thank you for being part of the webinar. And if you want to be part of this one, if you weren't there last night, you can drop in and then watch even tonight's at a later date. Each time you drop into these fields, it grows, it becomes more intelligent. As you evolve, the system helps you evolve even more. So every experience is like tapping into, building up my immune system. It gets more evolved. Experience helps us evolve. Even if they're a difficult experience, they really help us evolve and show up differently. Thank you, everyone, and maybe I'll see the webinar later. Thank you.